Good morning, everybody. I'm sitting here cruising on my Fit Desk, which I ride while I do my research, go through my emails and stocks every morning. Anyway, I recently did a book review on Reid Hoffman's book, The Startup of You, and one piece that just stood out to me and I kind of giggle about is where he says that entrepreneurship or building a business is more like a bunch of starts and stops, a few near-death experiences, and a whole lot of adaptation. Right? The near-death experiences, the starting and stopping, like it's so true, and it just kind of made me giggle. But also, it's like something that you have to sort of appreciate and enjoy getting through those things, or entrepreneurship is probably not for you. So anyway, it's just kind of something to think about as you get going in your business. Like that's so normal. Even the most successful people go through these things. So I just have to share this with you real quick. I'm reading Tony Robbins' book, Unshakable. And he says when he first met David Swenson, who trades money for Yale University, he says the advantage is that it's a nonprofit, therefore it's all tax-free, right? Doesn't get hit with taxes. He says, but what for the rest of us? He says, first, steer clear of actively managed funds, especially those that trade a lot. As David told me, one benefit of index funds is that they keep trading to a minimum, which means your tax bill is going to be lower. This is huge. One of the most serious problems in the mutual fund industry, which is full of serious problems, is almost all mutual fund managers behave as if taxes don't matter, but taxes matter a lot. I personally got hammered on taxes this year because I had a few trades that were worth a fair amount of money, and that disqualified me for certain tax breaks that I would have qualified for had I just held on to the stocks. So lesson learned. So think about this for just a second. It has been said, you don't know what you don't know. And at the same time, you only know what you think you know from the perspective in which you stand, think, see, and have been taught to believe. So a baby can't see all the colors and three dimensions of an adult until approximately 5 months, and even then it's not perfectly clear. You look at the life and growth of a human. We're always happiest when we are making progress. Now a lot of progress, vision and the ability to walk and things sort of come naturally over time, but the older you get, the more you have to dig for new insights and new perspectives, right? Think of people like Tony Robbins, where he owns 35 companies. He's gone through the growing pains of building those, 7 different industries. He has hundreds of millions of dollars and the ability to do so many different things. He's literally fed millions and millions of people. Tony's perspective and vision is different than most of ours. You got to keep digging and learning. In business as well as life, it seems like the big wins come in sudden bursts, and I kind of picture this big brick wall that you come up against and you just start beating on it, and it's not till you start getting a few bricks to fall that it gets weak and then starts to really move quickly. But at first it's just tough, and so that's what I've been experiencing in my business lately is just pounding and pounding and pounding, and then all of a sudden big breakthrough, and we take a leap ahead, and then it seems like we slow down. So that's why I loved in The Startup of You when Reid Hoffman says entrepreneurship is like a whole bunch of starts and stops and near-death experiences, and then you have to break through these things. So keep pounding out whatever your goal is. Keep going. I just read a quote by Richard Branson that says, when everything in life seems against you, remember the plane takes off against the wind, not with it. And that is true of so many things in life. Coral needs the waves beating on it. Bacteria needs its opposites. People need moments of stress and hurt, heartache, and sorrow in order to push to the next level and find the next solution. That's when businesses are created. That's when new ideas come, is in moments of despair, or when some specific problem keeps bringing you down. You got to attack it, and you find a way to defeat it and get around it and get over it, and that's when great things come. So it's hard to be grateful for them in the moments, but you got to step back and see the big picture. What's up, guys? Hey, you hear me talk a lot about investment strategies and stocks and different things. So right now we're 8 years into a bull market, and typically, we have downturns every 3 to 5 years. So there's a lot of volatility in the market, a lot of fear coming on, people wondering what's going to happen to their money, right? But you got to remember that we have these downturns and then it recovers usually within a year or two and goes higher than before. And so over the long term, you're going to win. Let me tell you what Warren Buffett says. Population growth and extraordinary gains in productivity will create an enormous increase in wealth for the next generation of Americans. This all-powerful trend is certain to continue. America's economic magic remains alive and well. For 240 years, it's been a terrible mistake to bet against America, and now is no time to start. I came across the video you've probably seen by Jim Carrey, where he's talking about how he lost his identity in the characters of all these people he played, and trying to pursue things that the world sees as valuable and cool. And through it all, he lost himself, and that he didn't know his own identity, and he went through a period of depression. And then through this, he started doing some self-discovery things, and he found out that all these ideas and labels and names and things that we get just through life are just ideas. That it's all just ideas and experiences, and that you are more than that, and you can choose how you perceive that. So what makes me think of, I frequently go back to this, is like, if I compliment your clothing, that's just a reflection of me, not you, right? And if I'm angry about something, it's a reflection of me, not you. So I was hanging out with a recovering alcoholic yesterday. And I've known him for a long time, so I've seen kind of the ups and the downs and things, and he's doing so well right now, and has done for a good long time now. But he's still extremely passionate about his recovery. And he shared a few nuggets of wisdom with me, and I was just so impressed with his the sense of purpose that he feels, and the connection to others who need his help, his wisdom, his experiences, right? So sometimes we get down on ourselves for having done something wrong or set a bad example. But the thing is, you can take that experience and turn it into somebody else's positive advice. So don't be embarrassed of your story. Share it.